So hi, everybody. My name is Amelia Barrett. I'm Associate Artistic Director of Buffalo Theater Ensemble. And this is our second iteration of Chats, where we are going to introduce you to several members that are very important to Buffalo Theater Ensemble, our board. Not only are we missing all of you and missing live interaction, but we're missing our board. So we're meeting via Zoom to just chat and let you know who we are and what we do. So first of all, I'm going to introduce you to Brandee Horton-Martin, who's our president, and Ted Donner, who's our vice president, and Colleen Trinko, who is our secretary, and Mike McCoy, who's our treasurer. Before I get any further, and I really want to talk to them, not myself, for anybody who doesn't know, because I'm sure you see the face of the theater, you see the MAC, you see our wonderful usher staff, you see our box office, you see our ensemble, but you don't see our board of directors, who are the governing body of our 501c3, and we couldn't do what we do without them. So let's just start chatting and talk about, with Brandee, a little bit about who you are, Brandee, and how you got involved with BTE.
I am Brandee Martin, trying to retire tax accountant and new owner of Silver Foxes Travel. And I actually used to live right across the street in Glen Ellen from the MAC. And, you know, when you need a date night, what's the best thing to do? Run across the street and catch a show. So that is how I actually became familiar with it, outside of the fact that I do know a couple of the ensemble members personally.
Pretty personal.
Yeah.
How about you, Ted? Can you tell us a little bit about you?
I'm a lawyer. My offices are in Wheaton. I come out of the theater world. I grew up in at Second City, where I started working as the box office manager when I was 18. And I still represent a lot of theaters in the area, in the Chicago area. And came to this place through a mutual friend, Mike Citrick, with DuPage.
Excellent. Yes. And Colleen?
Well, I used to work in the box office at the college and became very interested in the Buffalo Theater. And on the other side of being on the board, I also work with the ushers, who also very much love the Buffalo Theater Ensemble.
And Mike?
I have my own management consulting company. We do forecasting in the metals arena. My background is as an econometrician, but I absolutely love live theater, and from any place you can get it. A little tiny thing on Park Avenue to Stratford in Canada. But I fell in love with the Buffalo Theater Ensemble, and I hung out as a subscriber in the subscriber nights that the BTE runs for each individual performance. And I was just helping out and soaking it all in. And the next thing you know, somebody said, "Hey, would you like to be on the board?" And that's where I am.
And we are so lucky to have all of these wonderful people, along with all of the ushers and audience members and ensemble members and artists that work with us. But literally, we could not function without these folks who are volunteering their time. So just as a matter of retrospect, is there a favorite BTE show that y'all have?
I have two, but I have a comedy that you all performed a couple of years ago called The Ding Dong, that just had me in stitches from start to stop. It was just the funniest thing. I could barely keep up, but it was quite hilarious, and we should do it again.
So The Ding Dong was a farce that we returned with. And it was open and closed doors and hilarity all around. How about you, Ted, or Colleen, or Mike?
Well, I try trying to think about my favorite, it's usually the last thing I've seen. And I would have to say that the last thing I saw, which was the cake, totally changed my perspective on mashed potatoes. So I won't go there. My,
For anyone that didn't see it, there is a scene that highlighted mashed potatoes. That's all we'll say.
Another
Yeah.
close encounters moment. So
I think my favorite is a toss-up. Time Stands Still, when Lisa Dawn takes a picture at the very end. I lost the ability to breathe. She just took the play and what that last photograph meant, just absolutely destroyed me. The same sort of feeling I got from with Stones in His Pockets. Being Irish, what that signified was amazing. The others that it's kind of funny, but I got we call it the mystery of Irma Vep,
Yeah.
and there were some costume changes that took place in seconds. And during one of the subscriber nights, I got to try on the costume that took me from a gentleman with a sports coat and a pipe to a busty lady who came in to do the next thing. And it took about 20 seconds to make the change. The virtuoso performance in The Lady with All the Answers was amazing. And present company notwithstanding, I still don't know exactly how you did that, but it was awesome. So that's kind of where my favorites are. I've never gone to a play at the Buffalo Theater that did not have some sort of effect on me long term, as well as walking out of the theater.
there you go. Mike, you mentioned the cake, and I keep thinking about that play because that's the last thing that happened with,
Yeah.
with Naperville having been canceled with COVID. And I had never seen our artistic director, Kennedy Howard, perform before that.
Oh, really?
And I was just dumbfounded by just how brilliant her performance was. And the other people in the show, it was just a great ensemble piece. But watching Connie and thinking about what she was able to do as an artist, which I had never seen. I'd seen obviously what she does behind the scenes working with us, but it excited me. And it made me think we had a really great year ahead of us. And it was like, oh, when COVID came. And so it's just satisfaction delayed, I guess, but just a wonderful play.
And
I
we'll
agree.
come back, right? We'll come back strong.
Absolutely. 35th?
The 35th will be next year, and we're going to get through this together with your help. We couldn't do it without you, and the ensemble is fully committed, and we'll come back when we're all healthy and strong, and we will be returning to the theater to share it with our audiences, right?
Yes.
Colleen, what do you think?
Well, I will, it's really hard to decide which one I love the best, but I think the one that comes to mind right now is Miracle on 34th Street. I
Ah.
loved that one.
Mhm.
It made you laugh. It just, they were great. So that's my favorite right now.
What's fun to hear all of you chatting about is that this is a matter of years that we're spanning. And by the way, one of our ensemble members, Lisa Dawn, is nominated this year for Best Supporting Actress for the Joseph Jefferson Awards for The Cake. So we're really, really proud of her, and we're really proud of the ensemble that we're able to do that. But I'm so happy to hear that your experience with the theater has spanned this many years. Funny, I'm not the oldest member, even though I'm associate artistic director. I've only started acting with the theater in 1995.
Just a puppy.
Which is frightening that I'm not the oldest member of the ensemble. But we have been around for a long time, and obviously we're really, really proud of our association with the college and our mentorship with all of the students there, that we work with the students so closely and have them intern with us and observe us. So that's just my point of view. I'm wondering what attracted you all to being on our board, because maybe our audience doesn't realize that our board is actually a volunteer position, and you give us a ton of time and experience and connections with the community. So I wondered what might have made you want to work on our board.
Well, partly what you just said, Amelia, the connection with the school and with the students at COD and the whole shadow program and what is done to bring them in and to give them that experience with a professional theater company. It's part and parcel of what fascinated me most about the Buffalo Theater Ensemble, which is that there's this, if you think of the community as having an artery, we're like right smack in the middle of it. You know, there's at the one end of it, you have all these students, you have the COD community, then you have the MAC and the entire cultural community of DuPage. And then this is a professional equity company, which connects us then to the larger Chicago theater community and to all that that represents. It's a cultural highway, and there's a lot of activity that you can find anywhere direction you look. And that's what I've really liked about it so far. It's just like the diversity of this group. When I'm sitting with the board and everybody is talking about their perspectives on things, I'm always learning something new about Mike and about Brandee and Colleen and you and all the others. And it's a fascinating group and a fascinating community.
You think we should try out for the ensemble?
Sorry?
Think we should try out for the ensemble?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, little known fact, Brandee was in a college show that I directed about 300 years ago. That was
She's got that look.
it was Alice in Wonderland. And who did you play, Brandee?
The Queen of Hearts, of course.
Is there video? I want to see this video.
He was awesome.
So that's where the off with your heads line came from.
Do I say that during board meetings?
I think we might have to dig out the archival photos and post it for you.
That would be very good.
That actually, to be honest, you guys, that was one of the more enlightening moments for me and being behind the scenes in theater, because I think, who was Alice? What's her name? Robin. And I wondered how this young lady, and I think I might have been the oldest person in that cast, because they were all college students, I believe. And I could never understand how one person could remember so many lines. I mean, Off With Your Head was major for me, 4 or 5 words, and it took me a lot to focus and make sure I said that properly. But you just have so much respect for people in theater when you're not behind the scenes and you don't understand that, to get, you know, a play that brings you in, captivates you, pulls at your heartstrings. And these are people who've studied lines and done blocking and all that professional jargon. I have no idea what it means, but that's one of those things that I miss about the theater. And, you know, I look forward to us coming back as just to watch. Yeah, I have to see a performance almost 3 times to get to look at it from so many different perspectives. Not just because I want to buy a ticket and go out to see the same thing, but you just look at it so many different ways. Every time you see it, you see something you didn't see before.
One of the other things, though, about the board and the role that we have, I got to see from the outside during the end of the Bruder period, when Buffalo Theater Ensemble, the New Philharmonic, even the MAC was essentially shut down by the president of the college. And it was a tremendous scramble to recover all of these community assets. And if you look at what Buffalo Theater Ensemble accomplished by establishing itself as a 501c3 organization, which has bylaws and lawyers and represents the community in a very, very official way, also that we can see wonderful plays and enjoy ourselves and laugh our heads off. But the work that went into it, John John Rutledge, and the group of you that put this 501c3 together was just an amazing process. And when I was watching it from the outside, I had no idea that I would ever get stuck in the middle of it. But now that I'm here, I'm happy to be part of it. And it is a wonderful asset for Glen Ellen and DuPage County as a community to have it in a way that is established. It's not subject to a university administrator suddenly deciding that it does not have a place. So
Well, we're
I
certainly
thought that
very
was
thankful for the support that the college gives us and the partnership that we have with the college. But
Yep.
indeed, Peggy Connolly, who was our first president, and Kathy Wessel, who was our vice president, who's still on our board, and all of the folks, John Rutledge, who was our treasurer, all of the people that rallied to help us, and particularly the community that said it was an important part of their being, and that's why we're back. So thank you.
Diana Martinez too has been, I think, extraordinary.
Who's
At
the
least-
MAC director of the MAC currently. Colleen, I don't want to cut you out if there's something that you want to share.
Well, I will say that I think Buffalo Theater is responsible for my appreciation of theater. I had seen very little before I started to attend shows for BTE, and my appreciation has grown an awful lot. And so I thank all of you, not only on the board, but all the ensemble too. All of you are wonderful.
And we adore all of you. And it's a true partnership. It's a true partnership. The ensemble, the audience, our board, all of us coming together, the community, rallying to our behalf, and hopefully returning when we return, when everybody is healthy and safe again. And we'll do more of these meetings virtually, but right now it's the only way that we can see one another, and we miss you very much.
So do
you guys.
Same.
We'll see you in Zoom land.
We'll see you in June. And thanks to everybody who's watching us. And remember, we're at btchicago.com and also at themac.org, and we'll stay in touch.
Thanks, Amelia.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, you guys.